Hello, everybody. This is David Bulla, Department of Communication at Augusta University. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of CavsCast from Augusta Preparatory Day School. We are coming to you today from the Television, Cinema, and Audio Lab at Augusta University. Today, CavsCast will talk to Augusta Prep Athletic Director Rorie Bradley and two seniors playing this year, Alese Nolin of the varsity volleyball team and Marina Boni of the varsity girls soccer team. Welcome to all three of you. And we're going to start off with Alese and then Marina, and then we'll go to Coach Bradley. Alese, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. Talk a little bit about what the volleyball team has accomplished so far this season. I think you've played 20 matches. You have a few more regular season matches to go, and then the playoffs.
Yes, we have played about 20 games. We're already beating our record of last year, which was 8 wins, 16 losses. We're at 11 wins and 9 losses, which I think is great. Our coach, Rich Bland, he just got 400 wins just at Prep, which is a big deal. We beat one of our rivals 2-1, Curtis Baptist, which was great. We do have 3 more matches this week, and they're all region, I believe. And if we win all of them, then we're in a good place for state, and then we get to host state next week.
All right, wonderful. So you play Monsignor Donovan tonight. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing to get prepared for that.
Monsignor Donovan is a great team, in my opinion. Not as good as last year. They had a lot of seniors that left. Honestly, I think this game is just about being focused because they do have a lot of good hitters on their team, and it's just about keeping the ball on their side and having them making errors instead of us making unforced errors.
Let me ask you personally, what position do you play?
I'm a setter.
So you're a setter. So
Yes.
you're involved on every single play.
Yep.
Good. And then you have John Hancock next and then Harlem to finish the regular season. What do you know about those two teams and what you guys need to do to beat them?
We already played John Hancock. We went to their school. John Hancock, in my opinion, is an easy team to beat. We just need to stay focused and not play down, which we tend to do a lot. With Harlem, I believe we're 1-2, so we've won 1 against them and lost 2. I think that one's also about staying focused because we came into the last time we played them, we came into it thinking we were going to win, and then they were focused, so we kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I've seen them play. We have an exchange student living with us, and she plays JV at Lakeside, and the Harlem fans and the players have a lot of spirit. So they you're right, they're really focused. So this is the end of the regular season this week. What does the team have to do to prepare to play in the state tournament next week and hopefully at home?
We just need to win both of our region games this week, and then I believe we're in the number 2 spot right now, and if we win both of them, then we can stay there and we get to host state. And this year, it's not like it was last year. It's a single elimination, so we need to stay focused and win our games at state, and then we get to go, I forgot where we go for state, but we get to go and stay overnight and play, which is really fun.
All right. Talk about your coach. He's been highly successful. He's been there more than 2 decades, now won 400 wins. What makes him a special coach?
In my opinion, just because I got here last year in my junior year, he's very focused on technique, which is great for me, and he's not only a coach that can coach, but he knows how to explain volleyball better than other coaches, just because I know he played for UCLA, I believe, back in his golden years. And he just has a love for volleyball, which honestly in turn makes the players want to have a love for volleyball just like he does.
Yeah, UCLA, great program. California's where volleyball's king.
Yep.
You're a setter. Setters don't get to hit the ball a whole lot. You do get the serve, but so what do you do to make yourself a better setter? What kinds of workouts and techniques do you work on?
I have a weighted setting ball, which I only got, I think, 2 years ago because a travel coach recommended it for me. But my only issue, and it was my issue for 3 years, this is my first year being the setter for a team, was just getting my feet there. I need to be faster, so I did a lot of running over the last few years. I've played other positions in volleyball other than setter. I only haven't played libero, which I kind of want to. But just a lot of running and just a lot of discipline with getting to where I need to be on the court instead of lollygagging in one spot.
Do you have a favorite player at the college level or professional level or even a favorite team? Besides prep, that is.
I don't watch any college teams, which I need to start doing, but I have watched like national teams. I love the men's national Brazilian team and then Japan's national team, which is amazing.
Yeah. And of course we had Olympics last summer, so you got to see these guys. You're a senior. What are your goals beyond high school, especially thinking about college, university that you might want to go to?
Honestly, I don't know if I want to play in college. I've been getting like a lot of emails over like signing up or just putting my name out there for different college prospects, but I love coaching. I coach for middle school league for CSRA Heat, and I'm about to be hopefully a head coach for a 13s team for this travel season. I personally love teaching volleyball more than I like playing volleyball, just because I personally love seeing like kids' excitement for volleyball because it's such a fun sport. So I think I'm gonna coach for a while while I go to college. So
are you thinking maybe about being an education major, or?
I want to major in biology. I don't know if I want to do molecular biology or go into biochemistry. Still between the two.
Well, you can come to Augusta University and major in cell and molecular and become an MD. Great. Well, Alese, thank you very much. We're going to move on to Marina. And Marina, welcome to the show. Prep really has one of the great soccer programs in the state, and have won 7 titles in the last 9 years. Of course, 1 year didn't even play because of the pandemic. You're 14-1-1 last year, won another state title. What makes Augusta Prep's girls soccer team such a good program?
I've only been there for about 2 years. This will be my 3rd year, but I would say probably Coach Tom Norton. He was probably the biggest impact on the program and the players that he could develop throughout high school, and also his Arsenal players that went and played high school for him because they love him so much as a coach. And I think he probably is the biggest reason that the program is so good.
Well, this year, and of course you'll be playing in the spring. Volleyball's playing now, but girls soccer plays in the spring. You lost 2 really outstanding players in May Wallace Baker and Beatty Joseph, who are sort of going to, besides yourself, who are going to sort of be the new rising stars to replace them?
I would say probably Charlie Smith, Annie Trapp. We have a couple in my grade returning, Maya Patel, Priya Sharma. And then we have a lot of young players that haven't really played club but are going to try and step into that role, and kind of, I think this year will probably be like our building year and bring those players in and try and help them learn and stuff.
We'll talk a little bit about each one of them. What makes Annie Trapp such a special player? I know she's also a cross-country runner.
Her speed, definitely her speed, but she doesn't give up. I mean, she'll be all the way at the top of the field and she'll run back and defend, and that's really helpful for me, obviously, and Charlie able to capitalize on every kind of opportunity and score and get crosses in and kind of be a really central player for everyone, being able to control the ball in the middle of the field but also be able to capitalize on opportunities and score. So she does really well up top.
What about Maya and Priya too?
Maya started playing, I don't know how long she's been playing for, but she's kind of like more of when we need her, she'll be in, and when we need her anywhere on the field, she's willing to play that, and she's a really hard worker and does really well and is able to pass really well, which is something that we need in high school. And Priya, same kind of thing. She's really fast. Her passing's really good. She's able to recover like Annie, so they're both really valuable players.
Well, good. Let's go back a little bit, and actually I'm going to come back to Alese and ask her this question, and then I'll come back to you, Marina. How did you get interested in volleyball, and when did you start playing? I don't think I asked that earlier.
I started volleyball, I believe, when I was either in 6th or 7th grade. I did rec for a year, and I didn't really like it, so I stopped. But then I got back into it my freshman year, and I played at Grovetown for their freshman team, and I started doing club. I did Augusta Elite Volleyball for 1 year, and I met a coach. Her name was Savannah,
right.
And she is a volleyball player. She played, I don't know if she played at Augusta or not, but she also had the same love for volleyball, just loved teaching kids how to play volleyball, and she was a coach that just didn't give up on players. She wanted you to try at least everything. That's where I played middle, which was something I was not used to because I don't think I can jump that high. But yeah, it just kind of grew from there. I kept going back and doing club. I did sand volleyball for a year, which I think helps so many volleyball players. because it's great for your body because it's hard to run in
Right.
sand.
Right.
So it helps with stamina, in my opinion, jumping high, using your legs more because volleyball is a leg sport. I tell that to all the kids.
Right.
When they're swinging their arms, I'm like, it's a leg sport. It's fully a leg sport in my opinion. So that helped a lot.
Marina, what about you? When did you start playing soccer, and how did you get interested in what's easily the world's most popular sport?
I think I started playing about when I was 9, and then I started playing ECNL when I was 12 or 13, and that's when I started playing in the goal. But I don't really know what got me into it. I mean, my brother plays, so I started playing when he did, and my dad played, and that was kind of what got me into it, and I've just stuck with it.
Did your dad play college soccer?
He could have, but he didn't start really looking into it when it was like too late, so he just never did.
And what's your dad's name?
Brad.
Okay, and what's your brother's name?
Sully.
Okay, good. So it's a little bit of a family thing going on too.
Yes, sir.
Do you have again, I'll ask this, do you have like a favorite player in women's soccer?
I do.
Or men's soccer for that matter?
I do. I have a couple favorite players, but my favorite player is probably Alexia Putellas. She plays for the Spain women's national team and also plays for Barcelona. But she's not a goalkeeper, but I just really like how she plays. I think European soccer, honestly, is better than American soccer. It's just more fun to watch.
Barcelona's a Messi fan too?
I don't watch any men's soccer,
Okay,
just women's
all
soccer.
right. You may be too young to remember Messi. He's played in Paris now, and he's from Argentina. You're a goalkeeper. Same question as I asked earlier, Elise. What skills do you work on to improve yourself as a goalkeeper?
A lot of explosion, a lot of speed, really quick feet, and then obviously for me, my vertical. That's probably the biggest thing, and aggression. You have to be able to get off your line really quickly, off your line and in the air as well, and just kind of speed really is my biggest thing that I work on.
Do you play basketball too?
I don't. I've thought about doing it, but it's really hard with club soccer to balance it out.
Right. What are your, obviously the team goal, I think every year is to win the state title, since it almost happens every year, but what are your personal goals for the 2023 season?
Having fun. High school for me is kind of my way to play soccer and have fun with it. Club is more of a serious thing, so high school would just be to have fun and improve as much as I can in that kind of environment.
So you've signed with Mercer, which is outstanding. What do you like about, let's talk about the university academically first of all. What did you like about it?
I like that they kind of have such a good academic standpoint and a lot of help for athletes, which is something that I need academically, but they have a really good business program, which is what I'm thinking I might major in that, or coaching, like Elise said. I really like coaching, but I don't know if I could ever do it. I have a problem with kids.
What about the soccer program? What attracted Mercer's soccer program to you?
Obviously, they're insanely good, but also the coaches, they're really good people, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, I haven't known them for that long, but
Right.
they kind of recruited me not just as a player, but also a person. And that's something, too, with their team that I loved. They want character, and it's hard to find, especially in the college and professional levels in sports, is having people that are good people off the field as well, which is something that drew me. And also the faith. Mercer's a faith-based school, and I love that. I think it's incorporated, too, in the team, so I like that as well.
Well, very good. Tell me a little bit more, both of you, about academics at Augusta Prep. What's your favorite class, Elise?
My favorite class right now has to be AP Biology, which is the class that I'm struggling the most in, but I just love science. I took physics last year, and I did a lot of independent studies and turned in a lot of reports myself on just random things I thought was fun. I did water towers last year. It was great. But I think at Prep, compared to other public schools that I've been to, the teachers, they make it feel like they actually care about your education and about you as a person, instead of just another grade in the grade book. They take the time to talk to you to see what's going on if you're not doing so well in class. They talked about what's going on either at school or at home, because there's other things going on in everybody's lives, and I think that these teachers actually care. The program is a lot more advanced than it would be at a public school. I know there's the regular classes here would be AP classes at Grovetown, and I love how they push you to do your best here, because every kid can make a great grade in all of the classes they take. I think it just takes a little effort. So
Good. And biology is where you want to go, so it makes sense it's your favorite class. What about you, Marina?
I agree a lot with Elise. We both came from public schools, so I think the transition from public school education to prep was really difficult for me, but the teachers do, like she said, they really want you to succeed, and they want you also to get an even better education, and when we graduate here, to be able to be prepared for college. And I think I don't know, the teachers really make a big difference, I think, at prep. I think that's the biggest difference between all the schools.
Well, I want to thank Marina and Alese for being with us today, but I want to go on and talk to Coach Bradley now, the athletic director. Coach, thank you for joining the CavsCast today. You're new. It's your first year. How's it been so far, the first few months?
It's been like drinking out of a water hose a little bit, but it's been fine. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And what are some of your goals for your first year? I mean, obviously, you want to maintain these really excellent programs in volleyball and soccer on the girls' side, but what are some of your other goals for this year?
I mean, we want to compete in every program for region titles and championships at the middle school level, championships at the high school level. We want to do it the right way. And, so we've kind of started from the bottom, looking at everything that we're doing to see, is there anything we can improve? Is there anything we can change? Is it working really, really well? And so it's kind of been, as we're coming in, starting over a little bit. One of the things we want to do is we wanted some new things to happen. So like this podcast, we're here. This has been accomplished. We did an honorary captain program with our lower school to try to get our lower school students at football games and basketball games and volleyball games. And, so anything that we can to bring in the total community is the overall goal. So we want the entire school and the community to rally around Augusta Prep Athletics.
And you also get excellent support. This is it's a small school, tight-knit school. Talk about the support you get from administration, the teachers, the parents, and, of course, the students, too.
Yeah, so, Derek Willard, our head of school, is all in, which has been great. All of our division heads do a really, really good job of making sure that our faculty are communicated to when students are out for class. Our parents have been phenomenal with volunteering. They support in so many ways. One of the ways they support is just allowing their children to come to school, which is great. And the second way they support is just how many volunteer hours they put in. They put in a ton of work to kind of fill in the gaps where we can't. So a lot of support. I'm very fortunate because with a lot of my colleagues at other places, they're not getting the support that we get. So that's been awesome.
The fall sports season is well underway.
Yeah.
Volleyball's almost near the state playoffs, and obviously a much improved season over last year, as Alese told us. And the cross-country team is fantastic. Talk a little bit about the meet you held last Saturday.
21 schools, I think it was. And then a hay strap just ran around. He was gone. Like he was, I think a minute and a half later, somebody else showed up. So, and he's off to William and Mary. So that's fantastic. His sister was second. She was right in the running as well. Cross-country forever's been good. Track and field forever's been good. But to host there, and to see the level of competition you have in running in the area is really, really good. I hear a lot about soccer, but I'm telling you, the running community here is really, really strong as well. So
I hope that the cross-country program here at Augusta University has a little bit to do with that. I know we've sent some coaches that way.
That's true.
The football team, I believe, is 2-2, but you had a really big homecoming win over Bulla Academy a couple of weeks back. How's Coach Booker and the team feeling so far?
Coach Booker's he's happy. He's always happy when they win. I like running into him around the hallways when he's winning. It was a huge win. I think it was a big win for a lot of reasons. If you were to go down the schedule and say what are the games that you could put a W next to, I'm not sure they would have picked Bullock to be one of those, just from folks within GIA. But I thought the guys, you could see the excitement, the energy. I mean, they were pumped to get that one. I felt great for them. And then on top of that too, we're playing Wednesday, which is it's already brought a little excitement to the group, I think, and going to play a really, really tough Thomas Jefferson team tomorrow. I don't know what expectations they had. I don't, a lot of times in coaching you try not getting expectations, but I would think it's been a solid year so far with the brand new coach, a new system. I think the energy just in attendance around the program has been really good.
Is the game here? Or
game's away.
It's away. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So having to play it early because of the threat of right now it's called Hurricane Ian, but by the time it gets here, it'll probably be a tropical storm or tropical depression. But we're supposed to get a lot of rain and wind on Friday and Saturday. Go back to Coach Bland's achievement in winning 400 games for his career. You coached, you know what it's like. That's a long time, more than 20 years, and all at prep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just consistency and being a winner and doing it the right way. I mean, you don't win 400 games if you don't know what you're doing, first off. But you don't win 400 games if you're not doing it the right way, because you wouldn't remain at prep, and you certainly wouldn't be bringing in the caliber player that he does. So, and the caliber player he's had. So I think he's just been really consistent, been a winner, and does it the right way. So I think that those are the things that I always kind of put in the back of my mind. And honestly, I don't really think I haven't. He hasn't told me this, and I'm not putting words in. I guess I'm putting words in his mouth. I wouldn't think that he would value the 400 as much if it was just the number, as more so it was the relationship with the players over time. And I guarantee you, he can go back years and years and tell you different players on different teams and who they were and what they're doing now. And so I think that probably means a little bit more. But it's always nice to have the signed volleyball in the case in his office, I guarantee you.
Fall sports starting to wind down a little bit. Football's still got a ways to go, but it's not far when we get to the winter season, which mainly means basketball. You want to talk a little bit about that? I know the boys team is the ones who aren't playing fall sports are actually in open gym now.
Yeah, so we've got basketball and swimming. Swimming, we've got a new coach coming on board. Diana Wells will be helping us with that. And then for basketball, Sam Gruber and Ryan Batchelor back on the boys side. And then on the girls side, we've got Coach McNeil. She's going to be the head coach this year after serving as an assistant. And, I think the guys had a region tournament championship, which was huge. Winning a region title is always great. In fact, that video from that game still, and I coached the old Flint River Academy, LaGrange Academy rivalry, which I had wore orange suspenders one game. You would just, it was, the guys from Flint River gave me just the whole time student section was riding me.
Yeah.
But to watch the student section during that game, that boys game was unbelievable. I think it's probably one of the better environments you would ever see. And we're hoping that energy's back, and I hope they're competing again. And I hope the girls team has a chance to make some strong improvement, make a run as well. So basketball is exciting. That's my bread and butter. That's what gets my blood boiling a little bit. So I'm excited for basketball, and I think it's going to be a good year for both teams. And they've got a very competitive schedule. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it today, everybody. Well, that's the second CavsCast for the first season. I want to thank everybody for listening. The CavsCast is a production of Augusta Prep Athletics and also the Department of Communication at Augusta University. Our producer is Ethan Balducci. He is the audio man extraordinaire. I'm David Bulla, your host. We also want to thank Ryan Batchelor for being here today with us. Stay tuned for our next podcast in 2 weeks. You can find the show on YouTube and social media. Have a great day. Good luck to the Cavs tomorrow night in their football game on the road. Listen again soon. Thank you so much.